What's up, guys? Welcome back to Three Pill Devils. We're going to work on the TX today. This is the part 2 video. Shout out to you, Ryan. I don't have a gun pointed at my head when I'm doing his intros. It just sucked that time. Gonna try and make a more entertaining video with energy. Last time I don't know what I was doing.
We had coffee this morning, so.
I did have coffee. I'm super jittery. Did a couple nose beers too. But, today we are going to work on figuring out where the electronics go, and I'm going to fab up a tray of some sorts out of sheet metal and then spray paint it black and put it all together. I got Max here because I don't know if you noticed in the first video, I don't know what electronics are, and he does. So he's going to help me, sort of. He's going to help me look at that shit and figure out what everything means, and if we can replace some of the old stuff with some new stuff and make it all good.
Try to clean it up and simplify it a little bit.
So let's get into it. Alright, this is where the tray is going to go. I'm going to cut these little tabs off. That was for the old tray, this one too. And then the idea is it's 8 inches across. We're going to do 7 inches lengthwise and then 3 inches deep. Going to make the tray out of aluminum. We're going to weld the corners, or I'm going to have Max do it because I don't know how to weld. And then I think we're going to put like a extra flange on top, and then we're going to drill and tap some M6 holes in the frame and then bolt it to the frame that way.
Hey, why you keep hitting my line? I'm ignoring every time. Why they trying to take my shine? Put me right under the water, the wise. I got everything you like. Magic in the mic, magic in your life. Checking on my job, moving with the time. I be on the
over here, I kind of skipped ahead. I got the plate cut out and everything. Obviously, you guys saw that. And then this is 80 thou aluminum. So it's kind of hard to bend with clamping down and hitting it with a hammer. We did it over here, and I don't know if you can see that. Looks like shit. Now you can't hear me because Max is welding. Alright, what I was saying, looks like shit. Camera can't focus. What is going on? Okay, so me and Willie kind of put this makeshift forming bench together. We got these V-squares, whatever you want to call them. I call them that, V-blocks. 2 pieces of angle, and then some C-clamps, and you just tighten that down, and you got a forming bench from scrap, basically.
Yep, dumpster finds.
So I'm gonna get to forming the rest of these.
It's a luge.
And we're gonna put it on a time lapse so you can see. Alright, it's okay, it's been a couple days again, just like last video. In the last clip you saw me trying to form the sheet metal. I'm an idiot though, and I don't have the proper tools, and even though I said it worked, it didn't. This is what we got here. We were gonna weld the corners, but that's a pretty big bridge, especially with a TIG. That's definitely not possible.
I mean, unless you just built it up with all just fucking filler material.
Yeah, but we're not gonna do that because
I'm also not good enough to do that.
Yeah. So long story short, I don't have the tools to do this, and I made it out of way too thick aluminum, and not gonna do this anymore. So, beginning of this video, not using it anymore. That was loud. Instead, I'm going to, well, I did, bought it. It's not going to be here for a couple days, but I bought a sheet of plastic, specifically Kydex. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's a really cool material.
Pull out your wallet.
What?
Pull out your wallet.
Oh yeah, it's in my car.
Oh.
I'll show it. I don't know. You'll
They make
see.
gun holsters and shit out of it.
Yeah, it's really cool because it's a really stiff, really strong plastic, really durable, but it's also super pliable and like perfectly made for like what I'm doing in this scenario. It'd be really cool too because I won't have to drill holes in my frame or anything. I'm literally just gonna wrap it around the frame, and I don't know. we'll see when it gets here. That's the update. For the time being, I'm gonna film part 3's video today. And so go watch part 3. Oh, I'm too far away. What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's been forever since I started making this video, so I don't remember where I left off, but the whole point was to make a battery tray for this bike. I started making out of aluminum. Turns out that was a bad idea. Didn't know what I was doing, don't have the proper tools. So I had a really good idea for the first time ever. Why not make it out of plastic? They make a lot of sheet plastic that's perfect for scenarios like this. Like I chose specifically Kydex. It's used for making gun holsters and gun related stuff. My wallet's made out of it. It's a super durable thermoset plastic. I think that's the right word. Thermoset or the other one, I can't remember. But it works really good for forming and bending, and it's relatively inexpensive, and I can get it in a perfect flat black color. So that's what I did. And so I'm gonna finish building that up hopefully tonight and trying to install it on the bike. One of the cool things about it is because it is a thermoplastic, I think that's what it is. I might have to correct myself there. Is I literally just need to heat it up with a heat gun, and then I can mold it around any parts that I want. So my original idea was on the frame, I was gonna drill a couple bolts into the frame and then put some 90-degree bends in that aluminum and then just bolt it to it. But I think what I'm gonna be able to do now is make the basic shape of the box, set it in here and heat up the flanges and then perfectly round them around this corner, and then make them long enough that I can just stick a bolt in the side, just really solidifying it in there. So that's the plan. It's a way better plan than what I had before. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, got all the corners cut out, so ready. All right, got all the corners cut out, so I'm ready to start folding these parts up. Yeah, let's do it. All right, the idea here is that I got this angle iron clamped to the bend line here, and then I've got another piece of angle iron right here. The idea is I'm gonna lay this one here, heat up the bend line area, warm it up as much as I can, and then take the two and compress them together, and hopefully that'll, you know, bend it how it needs to be. If not, I'm screwed and I don't know what to do.
So I can get it right. Yeah, I can be talking about stamina. Music is driving my life to the camera, moving the shows in the state up to Canada, go over.
All right, for the most part, got this all formed up and done. Doesn't look great, but it doesn't look horrible. There's definitely some things that I'm gonna fix, like these corners, but I already had a plan for that. Should work great though. The reason I have these flaps like this, even though they're not perfect right now, is I just wanted to get the bend started, so once it's on the bike I can, you know, hold it in position and then heat these up, and they will hopefully just fall over and I can put some gloves on and kind of use my hands to help guide them. But a lot of these bends turned out really good. There's, you know, obviously holes right here, or a slit, and my plan for that is once it's like installed on the bike, I can take measurements and then form some corner pieces that I'm gonna like rivet or bolt on. But right now I can't fit it on the bike yet because I got the old parts that I need to what's that shit called? Grind off, take off, cut off, whatever you want to call it. So I'm gonna do that real quick and hopefully fit it on the bike and try and finish it all up. All right, I hope you can see me and hear me. Jesus Christ, this is turns out it's much more difficult to make battery trays than you would have thought. Now just finished my third attempt and my final attempt, because it actually came out halfway decent. I just hope it's gonna be big enough now. I have no idea where I left off on this. It's now 2 weeks into trying this, when waiting on materials and stuff, so I'm just gonna run through what happened real quick. I got attempt number 1, try to make it out of 80 thou aluminum. It's way too thick. It's really hard to form a box when you don't have forming tools. Didn't work, looks like shit. Moved on, thought of making it out of a plastic material, so I got Kydex, which is a great material. I've already explained it. Hopefully I put that part in the video. Tried to make another box style, 3 inches deep by 8 inches wide and long. Didn't really know what I was doing or how to form it properly, so all the bends look like shit. I didn't put any reliefs in the corners, so like as you can see, they kind of like bow out. This one's really bad. I don't know if you can see that. My cuts also were not straight at all, and it didn't fit because the bends were too wide, so it was too wide to get in the bike. So moving on to attempt number 3, I thought let's try and simplify it and do separate pieces and then rivet them together, and that ended up being a great idea. And I also changed it up. See, there was an issue with the bike in the fact that these bars actually come in just like a ½ inch on each side, so I couldn't really do the design I was looking for, so I came up with a new one. And so now I have attempt number 3, which is more of a triangle. Well, it's definitely a triangle shape, but it's 2 pieces. Technically it's 4 pieces, but that's because these brackets hold it on. But it's 1 triangle piece within a front plate that's then been riveted on. The rivets look horrible. They are not straight and not aligned with each other. I am gonna be like touching them up and painting them black just because they look kind of weird on the bike currently. But this new way works great. It's really easy to install. It is just a little bit wide again. So to install it, all we got to do is you stick the front part in like this, you twist it like that, and you set it down, and then just like that, battery tray in. Looks pretty good, looks pretty decent. Only hangs down a little bit on the bottom. Kind of cool. I like that it's at an angle because then, you know, kind of like a skid or like a splash plate or whatever you want to call it for right here. So, and the cool thing about it is there's no bolts holding it on or anything, and it's still like in there really tight. It's not going to move, and plus the seat is going to sit on this part right here and really hold that in tight. So finally got that done. I have no idea what this video is going to look like because there's so many different things that I tried. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. I hope you liked it if you stayed this long. God damn. I'm tired. All right, see ya.